Hariom Swamiji. Thank you
Hariom, Naina.
Thank you for coming on for this interview for us to teach us about Makar Sankranti today. So I'll just introduce you from my experience so far. So for those that follow my page, I met Swamiji in Rishikesh, and he's been teaching a topic of an ancient science called Swara Yoga. So for me, I came to this connection through the 5 elements, through my knowledge of and teaching of Ayurveda. But you can enter into Swara Yoga through various passages, astrology or yoga paths. And so I've been learning with Swamiji for about a year or 2 now and done several courses. And I was really excited to share the way that Swamiji teaches this knowledge. And I thought we could start off by him sharing about something called Makar Sankranti. So I'll pass it on to Swamiji now, and he can start to tell us. So if you would like to talk to us about what is Makar Sankranti.
Makar Sankranti is one of the most important time changes in a year, because there are 4 important points of time in a year which impacts our life. Now the whole universe is running on its own way by time. We always calculate day, nights, months, and time elapses, season changes, everything changing. A small plants become a tree, a small baby becomes a youth by just change a flash of time. Now this time is very mysterious. We in physics also, they try to understand the time and they have their own phenomena about it. They're trying to find out the reality. Time has got 2 important components. One is called energy, and one is the elapse of time, what we call present, past, and future. But this present, past, and future is happening because of changes taking place in the dimensions of energy. Now, the whole universe is made up of 2 things as per yoga. One is called consciousness, Shiva, and the energy, Shakti. Both of these primordial principles are inherent in this universe. So when the energy is always active, there is changes. Like Earth is moving, there is a day and night. Now Earth is moving, also moving circular like that, and also it is moving slowly on the elliptical path around the sun. Now the different angles of sun, and at the same time moon is also moving around the Earth. This is creating certain energy impact on the Earth, which is creating seasons.
Okay.
With these seasons creating, grains and fruits and all the vegetation on the planet. And this is important to sustain this universe and the life and the common goal of the universe, the purpose of the universe. Because if these things are not happening, then nothing will happen. So it's an integral part that time plays its own role. And because of that, the energy plays its own role. And because of that, time comes in existence where we measure the things and where transformation and change is taking place, and which gives a kind of play of life. So we enjoy, we sometimes become happy, sometimes maybe also sorrow. But this is required. Otherwise, there is a sunya, nothing else. If there is no energy movement, there is no. Both are together. Now, this Makar Sankranti is a very important point of time. There are 12 months, solar months, and that is known as 12 zodiacs. Like Maize, Breeze, Aries, like that, no? All this in English we say. So Maize, Breeze, Mithun, these are rasis, zodiacs, and that covers 360 degree of the sky. The sky's measurement is 360 degree.
Yeah.
Each of the rasis. Now the entire galaxy and the celestial bodies, the different planets and the constellations, they are located around the 360 degree.
Yes.
So when the Earth, Sun, and Moon is moving around that slowly, it is taking different shapes and angles, and the lights and the energy falling on Earth differently by the constellation of the stars. And that has an impact. That what we experience in the form of season, vegetation. You see, sometime in spring season, you have a lot of flowers and all these things. And in rainy season, we have rain. Summer, we have hot sun and light. but all are important because that is contributing certain things in this continuous process of the universe in the life principle, what we see around us. So Makar Sankranti, exactly what happens that time, the energy moves, the sun moves to the northern hemisphere, Uttarayana. From that time, it starts around 23rd December. But that is the point where the sun enters the Makar Sankranti, a specific space in the sky, 30 degrees of the sky, where a certain energy is there, which gives abundance, prosperity, and it is responsible for so many things.
So
That time people,
Makar is one of the Rasis, is it?
one of the Rasi, yes.
So like a
One of the
like a zodiac.
Yeah, zodiac. And that is
Okay.
also called, so that is containing 30 degrees in the sky. Say 30 degrees. So
Ah,
the sun is the previous Rasi into that. And on the 14th of January. So when it is moving that 30 degrees, it will be staying for 1 month, 30 days in that Rasi.
right.
So it's a question of time. Now,
Yeah.
when you exchange the dimension from one to one, it's called transition. Like one energy is passing into another. So
Right.
that process is known as transition. It's called Sankranti. Like sun is entering from one energy field to another energy field.
Right.
Now
So
it
it's a
has a particular
transition point.
transition going on that time. And then it will stay for 1 month into the Makara Rasi
Right.
after transition. So transition is important because energy is changing, everything is changing. And that point of time, people has to follow certain rules so that they align with the energy. They don't
Right.
get disaligned with that. So if they're aligned with the energy gives them prosperity, abundance, and all good things.
Okay.
But if it is disaligned, it is not properly followed, and we are entering with the certain kind of wrong combinations of our energy with that energy, cosmic energy, then for 1 month we have a lot of trouble. Now this Makar Sankranti is important because it impacts your 6 month Uttarayana. So it is an entry gate. So within one dimension, another 6 months will come, different rasis will come. But this is the entrance of 6 month of energy as a whole. And within that, another Sankrantis will come. 1 month, 1 month. But this impacts your 6 months. And that
Wow.
is why Makar Sankranti is important. Similarly, Kark Sankranti is important after 6 months. Because again, the sun will enter the south hemisphere. The Uttarayan.
What's the next one called? The 6
This is
month.
called Karka, Dakshinayana.
Karka. Ah, okay.
Southern hemisphere, the sun will move that time.
Okay.
That time again energy changes for 6 months, but every month there is energy changing, but this
Yes.
impacts long race, long life, 6 months.
This has the biggest impact.
So that's why it is very, very important. See, Makar Sankranti is celebrated in India, all over in India, from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from east to west, north to south.
It's a very old ancient celebration, isn't it?
And based on the celestial movement, changes of energy. It is very important to understand that.
Yes.
It is not just like for some kind of festival.
Yes.
It has a very much impact on our life and energy system, on our life, on our systems within and health, wealth, everything.
And so how if maybe we can compare, how is Makar Sankranti celebrated now? But really, what's the real proper way to honor Makar Sankranti for us in our lives, to make sure that we go through that transition with the most benefit?
You have asked a very good question. Now, from thousands of years, certain practices are there still, but people don't know why they are doing it. Like they do danam,
Yes.
That day they go holy river, they take bath. They give, danam. Danam, when you give something, your energy gets elevated. Giving is a very good phenomena, right? For the Atma, you get satisfaction, and the other person gets satisfaction with that giving. So that positive energy creates abundance of positive energy around you just by this process. Going to a holy river, the Ganga river is considered that is the most holy river, and taking bath removes the sins. What are the sins? Sins are the negative energy within us. So when our body gets associated with the Ganga river water, that time these negative energies get converted into positive, they get washed away. It's just energy exchange because the water has that capability. And I've seen scientists, they are surprised with the water that do not get contaminated. If you keep Ganga water, it won't get insects and all worms, nothing from so many years, because it has got antiviral property. This is the physical things people see. It has got so many other properties which heals our energy system, prana. Like we have different pranic system in nadis. So it removes the blockages from there. It removes the dark energy created by our own actions
Yeah.
and make it pure so that your energy flows clearly, and then you get positive thoughts, get positive things and good things happening in your life, abundance, prosperity, and you do good things also, because everything is guided by the energy. If negative energy is created, then we get wrong thoughts, then we do wrongdoings we start in our life.
Yeah.
So
Then we
this all happen.
start feeling we're separate, therefore we start taking more. Whereas when
Yes.
that negativity we naturally give, it's our nature, isn't it, to give?
So when you start a cycle of positive energies, it start multiplying. Once you start negative energy, it multiplying. So people, because the time changes, this is a dimension of time. That time, if you impact negatively that time yourself and the world, the same energy will be for 6 months hunting you, and it will keep multiplying that energy.
Wow.
Because that is what you have put into that dimension. The energy is changing and you have put a certain kind of energy. Now it will receive that you want this energy. So universe will start multiplying that energy.
So it's like a blueprint. Like what we do in that transition time is like it sets a certain energy into motion.
True.
The next 6
And that
months.
is, yes, and that is why people have a practice in India that time they don't want to do any wrong things.
Yes.
So sometimes puja, they whatever they do, that some kind of connection with the God and divine energy. They go give charity. They do that time. Go to the holy river and bath, and they make sankalpa that I will lead a very good life. Sometimes they leave certain bad habits also that time. So they want to create that sanskara into the universe, because transition time it picks. Whatever you think, that becomes permanent for 6 months.
Wow.
It will be part of. Now, in ancient India, the yogis were knowing about the nadis principles, and they were knowing the subtle energy changes of 5 elements also. And they knew how to align it. Like we have, so many nadis in the body, 72,000, and some Shastra says 3 lakh nadis plus.
Yes.
But these 72,000 nadis are not important. The master channels which control 72,000 nadis. If the master channels are purified and aligned with the universe, so 72,000 nadi will have that positive energy. So they found out that 3 nadis called Ida, Pingala, and Susumna, which is connected with our breath. Right nostril flow is connected with the Pingala nadi, sun energy. Left nostril flow of the breath connected with the moon energy, known as Ida nadi, and we flow both nostril equally is called Susumna nadi. Now, these 3 nadis are the master and the chief channels, pranic marks, pranic energy channels. One is called the vital energy, that is prana, one is mind, and one is spiritual energy. Now, they're responsible for certain kind of activities in our body and mind, and also it interacts with the universe. Now, we are not separate from the universe. You are not separate. See, there's a link between you and the external universe, and the link is your breath. See, from where its breath is coming? From outside. Your existence is there, this body, mind, everything is there. But you are breathing from outside, inside, and then again we will be breathing out. So there is a thread of connection of the universe. Now, the yogis understood that. They are knowing much deeper aspect of that, how external universe and internal universe are interlinked. Whatever exists outside is also existing inside, and they are always interacting. So outside universe is primordial. Primordial means there is no distortion.
Okay.
But this universe has got distortion because of negative thoughts, bad habits. This can be many kinds, negative thoughts or eating habits, or what's called nasa. Nasa को इंग्लिश में क्या बोलेंगे? Narcotics and all these things.
Okay. Creating
also
like tamas and darkness inside.
Greed, I know, on all kind of negative qualities, jealousy. All this creates a distortion in this existence, which is primordial in nature.
Okay.
Now, those distortions has to align with the universe, and it gets purified. Now, these Sankranti's times are very important to deal with that, because that time dimensions are directly interacting with each other openly. And all the elements which is active in our body, 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, space, are directly linked with the outer universe. So if we great understanding and connection between this individual energy with the universe and the breath pattern, which is linked with that energy. Like Makar Sankranti has got particular breath pattern and Nadi, and it should be active that time, and that element has to be activated within the Nadi. This is very advanced practice of yoga. If you do that, then you are fully aligned with the energy changing during Sankranti. Let's see, Makar Sankranti. It
Yes.
happens in all the Sankranti.
Then you're
Makar
more
is important.
aligned to the primordial energy.
Primordial energy. So whatever distortions have taken place get eradicated slowly,
Right.
and primordial energy, pure energy, and prana gets active, and that rules your 6 month time.
Okay.
So it gives abundance, prosperity if it is done properly.
Okay. So the reason that it's important in that transition is because the nadis are more open to those energies. Is that correct?
Yes, nadis are more connected that time and open with each other, outer and inner,
Right.
through
Okay.
the freedom is breath. Now
Okay.
it has to be known to the person who is trying to practice that which nadi has to be activated, which element has to be activated that time. That knowledge has to be there.
Yes.
And that is the practice comes through the tradition and Guru Parampara. We do the practice, those who are connected with us, and we have every month practices, live practices, those who are there in the that group attached, that we align the nadis and tattvas. Activate that nadi, activate that tattvas, and there's a method in yoga to activate.
Okay.
And once you do that, then you can see the result that always positive outcome comes for the next 6 months, and negative qualities and the impacts which we have created within ourselves get away from the body and mind, and we are more connected with the primordial energy, and that manifests through our activities, through our actions as a result in our life, day to day and moment to moment.
Swamiji, I have a question, because sometimes when I'm in India, I join the practice, but then when I'm abroad in England, I get confused. Is Sankranti the same time? This may sound like a stupid question, but is it the same time in India? Like, so can we join from England your sadhana, or
you can join from England? It is happening in the sky same time for the whole earth. You can join from England same time.
Right. Okay. So it's okay. So sunrise and sunset at different times, obviously. So that's why I got confused. So it's the same time as it would be in India. Is that correct? Yeah, you can join. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that, because it's something I always thought I would needed to ask you about. I was like, is it the same time or not? So, okay.
This is very important. Your question was there. Please charge. Your question was there that whether Makar Sankranti is why it is important and what is the secret behind it. Secret that you align with the energy, and that time whatever you do that has an impact, samskara on the universe, and that comes back.
So if we don't do the sadhana with the elements and the nadis, what might someone from Europe or for another country do if we don't have Mother Ganga around? What do you think we might be able to do?
In the bathroom also bath. You can just do the mantra Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Jale Asmin Sannidhe Kuram. The mantra is there. So you just invoke that energy in the water where in the bathroom in the bucket, and then take the bath. That is possible.
Okay.
Or pond or river, you could go and take bath in any river and pond and a stream, or else in the water.
Or they can choose to give some charity, maybe.
Yeah, you can give some food like rice or something like that, or needy, anything you can give charity. And that connects the two souls with the positive energy. So that also creates, abundance. When you have abundance, when you give, why people give? Because if you have abundance, shows that I have abundance, I'm giving. So let's this abundance stay with me.
Yes.
So that comes. That's why giving is.
Yeah, this is what I learned when I was learning about yajna, the principle of yajna, like the give and the take. It's really something, isn't it, for abundance? Okay, good. So charity. What else? Maybe meditation. Maybe someone can sit in meditation and do some pranayama.
Of course, that time we have to do certain meditation also. There's some kriyas so that we can align with the energy. There's a method to that, like we do the chakra purification process that time connected with that energy, that Sankranti energy, because that contains certain energy. We know that. We align that with the certain meditation practice, kriya practices, and some pranapana practices. Pranapan samana, the three important prana vayu within ourselves, which controls all the activities of life, most of them. So we align that pranapana and samana with some practice.
Lovely.
And then we do 1 hour practice, 1 hour continuous, meditation and
Okay.
changing all this nadis, tattvas, and then kriyas we do.
Wow.
They're all form of meditation only.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize it really, that's incredible that it impacts us for 6 months. It's a very, it's a really important time transition then, isn't it? We should really
Everyone,
honor that.
of course.
Yeah.
And
So
you feel that energy.
sorry, carry on.
Yeah, you can feel that energy when we activate that time. The state of body mind will change that time. You can feel it when you
Right.
align with that.
Yeah. And so if someone is interested in learning more from you, or entering into your teachings of how to get into this sadhana, or learning about the elements and this kind of thing, how can they start to learn from you, Swamiji?
We have divided this complex sadhana of Swara Yoga into 3 parts.
Okay.
Basic understanding, where we teach about the nadis, the tattvas, how to identify the secrets behind the time dimensions and how it operates, what are the practices, daily practices, applications. Then we go a little deeper into the prana and other aspect in the intermediate course.
Okay.
And then we have advanced course.
Okay.
So we have 3 courses. 2 is online, basic and intermediate can be done online, and advanced can be done in Rishikesh offline. That is 7-day course. So people can join and they can learn this, and they can be part of that, and they can align with the universal energy through the breath. It's an ancient science of known as Swarodaya Swara Shastra.
Yes.
There is the scripture which explains about it.
Yes.
It's thousands of years old, not today.
Yes.
It is when the science was not knowing about the breath, the yogis knew about the different patterns of breath, how it shifts nadis. Recently, in last 100 years, people came about breath and their impact on brain and different connections and changing cycles. But yogi knew thousands of years back, much more than that. Even today, science knows very little about the breath.
Yes.
Mysterious breath.
And why do you think this knowledge will be beneficial for this time for humans to start coming back?
Very good question. People don't have time right now, right? So they don't want to time. Number one. And people are sick, they are having a lot of problem, mental, physical, even they have money, but they are not peaceful.
Yes.
So this is the science which is going to give them freedom from all these problems. Number one is you don't have to invest time in that. It is constantly happening 24 hours, the breath. You have to just check and align, that's all. So you are working, you are multiplying your fruits in positive manner by just changing your breath. By changing the breath and aligning the action with the breath, gives the perfection in your energy system. So you get out of all the problems, physical problems, health problems. So you don't spend money to the hospitals and get suffering out of that. So once you do that, then all the system will work optimal and you will not get disease. Your mind will be more sharper, more intuitive.
Yes.
You will start understanding what is going to happen. This is so powerful. Once you practice, you'll be more intuitive. Means you will start seeing the things that are going to happen now.
Yeah.
Beforehand. You'll be more intuitive, more creative. So whatever you do, it will be productive for the world and for yourself in positive manner.
So it connects us to the universe.
Yes, universe. And it activates your subtle energies, powerful energies. So you become man to Superman, woman to Superwoman by practicing, knowing everything happening around you with aligned, and get over and whatever you want to get in the life, like prosperity, money, abundance, that also gets manifested because of
So
that.
it's like it's almost connecting to the divine within ourselves, isn't it? And connecting through that.
It's a mysterious science. If you know that, you can overcome all limitations of human life, destiny, and you can make your life the way you want to that. More divine, more fruitful, full of abundance, spiritual abundance, material abundance, health abundance, social abundance. So everything comes in abundance just by practicing Swara Yoga, and it don't take time. You're just going out from the house, just check your breath and put your leg out, whatever is active, just simple.
And you can
You are going to have meals. Right nostril is flowing, then you will have meals. then it gives very good results. Your health will be good, your body will be nurtured perfectly. But if you eat in the left nostril, you become sick and everything will get distorted and imbalances on the physical body and the mind, and the stomach problems, indigestion, constipation, acidity, all things will manifest.
Yeah.
Just
So
by
in the,
one simple thing.
yes.
So you are eating, the time you are taking for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, just
Yeah.
you have to see, align that nadi and just eat.
And then do
It
it.
just
Yeah. So in the basic course, we learn basically how to, align our flow of breath according to our activity. And it
yes.
can be as simple as that if that's all that we have time for. Obviously, it goes for
Every,
different practices if you want to take it further.
every activity has a particular energy pattern. You have to align, you get 100% result out of that. You'll never get distortion, negative energy out of that. So
Okay.
if you are following Swara Yoga, your health will be perfect because there's no distortion. Your business will be perfect and you'll get all the benefits out of your social interaction, your interpersonal relationship, the energy environment around you in the house or wherever you go. Even you go to the journey, you are free from the fear that something will happen. It gives insurance. If your breath is correct, there will be no accident, there will be no untoward incident. You will 100% go to the journey, you will fulfill your task and come back safely home. Just by observing. It indicates every event of your life positive. You can know beforehand that's which route my action is going, wrong or right. I am starting my travel, it's going to be very difficult, or it can going to take into the direction of death, or all kind of negative things, or whether my journey is going to be 100% fruitful. By observing your breath, you will know. And you can change it. If it's negative, you can just change, so it will change the universe energy and it will not allow those things to happen. It's a science of time connected with the breath. So
Right.
whatever time has planned for you, you know beforehand, and you align in positive manner so that the negative thing doesn't come in the life.
Yeah. And this is what we also learn about in the basic, isn't it? You introduce us to the karma aspect of it. We learn about that more deeply in the basic course. And I will just mention now, I've got personal experience of this when I did the basic course. The subsequent months after that, when I was practicing a lot, there was huge shifts happening and prosperity coming in and job opportunities and all these other things. So I think, I have personal experience to say this really is real. It does change your life if you really practice it. You have to practice it to see it.
It's
But
a practical sense.
yeah, but it's real. It's I can say it's real. It happened for me, so I can say it's real. So very good. We'll just mention now that we are planning a basic course. I'm planning to put on a basic course. Swamiji is very kindly going to lead us on the basic course for February this year, 2024. And as I am in the UK at the moment, we will be doing that across February on the UK timing. So for anybody interested, I will put the details if you would like to join us for the basic course in February, which Swamiji will be leading, which will be fantastic if anybody's interested. And perhaps later on in the year, we can join you in the ashram in Rishikesh, which would be wonderful for a small retreat. So I think we've covered everything. I mean, I feel like I've learned a lot about what Makar Sankranti is. Is there anything you would like to add about what we've spoken about today, Swamiji?
Yes, I just want to say that people who do not know about it, now they know why Makar Sankranti is important. We should understand the connection between this body, the energy of this body and the universe, how it is linked to the breath and some other practices of tattvas. And by aligning it, it just changes our life. And all positive things start happening, divine things start manifesting in our life. We become more intuitive, more creative, and our actions creates positive thing for others as well, not only for us.
Yes.
So it creates a good world around us when we just practice. And I suggest that more people should practice. It is a very practical science. It's not a philosophy that we talk some abstract thing about something, or which is not on the realm of experience, but it's completely a practical and experimental science. You do it and you see it.
Okay. So if people want to join the Sankranti sadhana that is offered from the ashram and yourself, they enter through doing the basic course. Is that correct?
No minimum basic course, otherwise they will not understand. Because
Yes.
that time we don't and don't explain that time because we do sadhana, I just instruct.
Yes.
So it is always that you have basic course, then you join that group.
Lovely. Okay. And so this year you'll be doing a sadhana on Makar Sankranti, is it?
This will be doing
For
definitely.
the community that you lead. Good. Okay, good. All
Okay,
right.
Naina.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. Thank you. That was very, very informative. I look forward to doing more interviews, hopefully, on interesting topics with you. So we'll leave the details about how you want to join anything that we're putting on through Swamiji's ashram, the Swara Yoga path. And we will see you next time. Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om.